Broadcasting live from the studios of Fox Sports Radio.
Bang, bang, won't stop till we're legends.
Here's Doug Gottlieb.
It's Brandin Cooks of the LA Rams. What's up, man?
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's go back a year ago, okay? Let's go back a year ago, and your transition from your New Orleans. When you were in New Orleans, what'd you think of the Rams? This is a year and a half ago.
That takes me back a little bit. To be honest, I was so focused on being with New Orleans.
But they weren't like a team that anybody would think of in terms of a championship team, right? Like, you go back a year and a half ago, it was a different regime, a different coaching staff, a completely different mentality.
Yeah.
I was just pointing out how amazing it is. We were here a year ago, and no one knew if Goff could play. People were wondering if McVay could be a head coach, and how all this stuff would work. And now there's thoughts of Super Bowl overwhelming favorite in the NFC West. Being in the league, this kind of got to be amazing how quickly it's changed and turned over here.
Well, I think that shows, as far as this league on what 1 year to the next can do, with a couple great additions in our coach, and then Jared playing well last year. And now that we're just continuing to build, we got to build off of last year and can't just expect anything to come to.
All right, the last time we saw you was in the Super Bowl. That was a really rough shot of you where you get knocked out of the game.
Yeah.
What's that like to go through where you put so much in, you win the AFC Championship, you go to the Super Bowl, and through no fault of your own, your Super Bowl ended early, and it really hurt your teams. And you guys didn't even punt that game, but you don't get to see the end of the Super Bowl, get a chance to win the game at the end.
It's all a part of the game. Unfortunately, it happened to happen on the biggest stage. But at the end of the day, you take that and use it as fuel and to come back stronger next year. It's all a part of it.
Well, you came here because they wanted to make you a long-term part of their team. What's it mean to you? You haven't played a game yet. You just started practicing, but you already got the deal done with Les so that you got your new contract, and that's not something you have to worry about this season.
That's a blessing. Just from Coach on his belief in me, Mr. Kroenke and Kevin Demoff and Tony and Les Snead. To be able to get that done speaks wonders, and I'm just extremely thankful and overwhelmed with gratitude.
The other part is you get to work with awesome coaches and awesome quarterbacks everywhere you've been, right? Like you're in New Orleans, and you got Sean, and you have Drew Brees. Yep. Then you go and play with arguably the GOAT and Tom Brady, and now you're here and you got McVay drawing up all this different stuff for you, and Jared Goff. What about Brady? Did you learn, or did you that kind of changed your perspective in that 1 year you're in New England?
I will have to just say his attention to detail. When it comes to the game. I know that's such a broad statement, but, from everything that he does, not just on the field but off the field, from the way that he eats, the way that he sleeps, the way that he takes care of his body, to see him doing that and going into year 19 as a young guy, that helped me a lot early in my career so I can get on that pace sooner than later.
You're not going to show up with the dad bod that he has, right? Like he's got limited muscle tone. You're not going to show up and be like, hey, guys, listen, it works for Brady. It's going to work for me.
No, at the end of the day, 19 years going in, he's the GOAT, so he can show up however he wants as long as he can keep producing.
I know it's early. I know you guys just started camp, but what are your thoughts? When you look at this offense, what's your kind of initial impression of what you guys are throwing out there?
It's day one. We come out here, get the bugs out, but at the end of the day, building off of what we did in the spring, not necessarily starting over, is what our coach teaches us and coaches to us. And so at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. We're coming together, making our weaknesses our strengths and making our strengths even stronger.
You're a guy who you take the top off of defense. You got incredible speed, but I know you want to be more than just that, right? But Tavon's gone, which means you fill that role. There's a lot of different ways in which they can use you. How can you take your game from what you've done so far in your career in NOLA, in New England, to here and continue to grow?
I would just say that keep building off of what I've done over the past years, and making this year my best year. And however that comes about, that's trusting coach, getting on the page as Jared, and just fitting in with this offense that's already been special.
Brandin Cooks joining us on the Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio. You're no longer a Patriot, so you can tell us what happened with Malcolm Butler. Come on, man. Come on, dude.
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know.
Was he overweight? Was he drinking? He was in the hospital? Did you know?
I don't know.
Did you know he wasn't going to play?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You're not in New England. You can't tell us? He won't. Belichick won't tell us. Nobody else will tell us. Somebody's got to tell us.
I can't be the one.
3 teams in 3 years.
Yep.
You're buying a house here in Southern California, right? Because you're staying. You just signed a contract, so now you got to buy a house, right?
You know, whatever my financial people tell me to do.
Your financial people will tell you buy real estate in Southern California. It may be high, but it's only going up. Welcome to Southern California. We wish you nothing but health and success this year, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Brandin Cooks.